What am I going to be telling you?
You're going to tell us about this article, okay? Just in the all the doctors that were in Headland, and I can zoom in as you.
Okay. Well, you ready, Herman?
I'm ready.
Okay. Well, in looking at this article that was in the Abbeville Herald, I looked at all of these doctors, and it was interesting to me because I had never seen a picture of Jon Price, and that is my great-grandfather.
Show us him.
This is a picture of Jon Price.
He's the one on the
Headland,
top right. Okay.
top right. He's buried in the Headland Methodist Cemetery, and he has a metal marker. I'm sure that Jim probably pointed that out to you. But anyway, also in here is a picture of someone else that I had never seen and heard a lot about, and that is Dr. Charles Spurman.
Can you show us that?
And that is
he's the one sitting right in the second row.
with a hat on. You really can't see his face well.
Tell us what you know about Mr. Price first. What do you know? Any facts about him?
Not anything other than I remember that our brother Jack said that he was in the war between the states, and that I think he surrendered in the area of Mobile. But anyway, he said he was not going to surrender to a black, and I don't know exactly who he did surrender to, but he surrendered. Then the other pictures in here they were all interesting, but the two brothers, Dr. Lee Burdishaw was Jackie Bridges' grandfather.
And show us him, Dr. Burdishaw.
He's the middle,
okay.
middle row.
Okay.
And then Dr. Lee Burdishaw, and he delivered all of our family except the two boys, the oldest two boys, Jack and Sam. The rest of them, he delivered he delivered all of the children in the same house.
In the home that's on, what is that
105
street?
West Church Street. And then these others, I do not know. There are two of the Dr. Scott, I think it lists Dr. Marvin Scott and Dr. Walter Scott. And also there was Dr. I can't think of his name. Miss Lucy
Is it Hardwick?
Scott.
Is there a he was a dentist,
He was
wasn't
a dentist.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think of. I'll just have to.
Don't worry, we can edit. I can even edit it.
It's cousin Lucy's doctor, husband, and he was Roy and Mavis's father, and it's I want to say Marcus Tully's Cicero Scott. It had three names, and but Marcus is not, because it might be because Marvin was his brother, and as Walter was his brother, and so Dr. Marvin Scott's son was named Marcus, and it could be Marcus Tullis Cicero Scott. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
Three names.
Tell me about, you mentioned a photograph earlier of the three, I believe you said Grandmother Vann was one of the ones on the...
No, her mother, my grandmother, Emma Price Solomon was on the picture, and Macretus Price Spurman was on the picture, and Anna Price Hardwick. And there was another sister that lived in Macon, and we didn't know that she existed for a long time. I mean, late that I know, her name was Kate Holmes, and she lived in Macon, Georgia. And that's about all I know about it.
How old was Grandmother Vann when she had you?
41, maybe, 40.
Wow. And then Kate Helen, how old is Kate Helen now?
Kate Helen is 5 years older than I am, so what would that put her?
At 46.
83?
80, yeah. Well, that's right. I see what you're saying. Yes, okay, 83. So Grandmother Vann then would have been about 37,
yeah,
probably.
She was 5 years older than I, so that's
so
right.
what's it like being the baby of this Vann bunch?
What owe everybody a lot. They've all done for me.
Tell us about it.
Well, I can't. Everybody's just always taken care of me. Always been good to me.
Yeah. What are the advantages of being the baby? People take care of you. Is that what you're saying? Okay,
I'm
good.
saying that. They all have been very good to me. Can't say enough.
What was the age difference between you and Edith? And can you explain how you got involved in traveling some with them?
They just wanted me to be a little educated. My sister Edith wanted me to have a little
culture.
Absolutely, just anything she could do to improve me in any way.
Was that one of her projects? Did she do that with other siblings?
They were always good to let me go.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I'm saying, that I certainly benefited. I told me all I've ever learned was riding in the car with them. Travel is educational. Mm-hmm. And I had the opportunity and the advantage, and my mother could let me go.
And was there any trip in particular that you enjoyed?
I enjoyed every one of them. We went, Roy says that we went across the country in a speed wagon. We went, I think it was like 12 days or I cannot remember. But anyway, we went to Yellowstone Park. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Carlsbad Caverns. Mm-hmm. And that same trip down there, Major was calling on one of his representatives that sold him potash or something that would go in the cock of the walk fertilizer. He had someone that he did business with, and we ate in the cafeteria that I guess they were miners that handled the product. And anyway, we ate there, and then we went to one of them's, maybe the manager or whatever, went to his house. They had a swimming pool, and we got in that pool, but the wind was blowing, and it was grainy sand. It would just hit you all over the whole time.
Did it sting you? Did that? Yeah.
But I remember that, and then we went on a trip to Miami. That was a wonderful trip, and also on that trip we went to the Cave of the Winds. And I nearly backed us off a mountain, I think.
You did? So what's the Cave of the Wind? Where is that?
That is in Colorado, I think. I'm not sure. I can't even remember. But I believe it was, I cannot tell you.
And so you did some of the driving on these trips.
That wound me up, I think.
Is that right? So that particular one, you almost drove off the back of the cliff?
I had it in reverse or something. I think that I did that. I don't, whether I was moving it, I cannot remember why I would be driving, but...
Well, you wouldn't be here telling this story if you actually had accomplished that, right?
Right, absolutely. But it was a wonderful trip and a good time. And as I say, we went through New Orleans, came back through New Orleans. Mm-hmm. So we covered a lot of ground on that trip to the West.
Who else would do? Who else would drive? I guess Granddad Major would do a lot of the driving because Dad was young then. Dad was only He was born in 43, so he was just 9. Yeah.
He, Major and Edith did the driving. Mm-hmm. And that must have just been, because I don't remember driving on any roads and I don't even remember really driving, but maybe I said something to the effect that it's okay to back up, and the next thing we knew we were right at the edge. Very near.
That's so funny.
But it was great. Okay.